And we're here with another episode of FNM TV from this Friday's current one. It was on the 13th. This is my matchup against Daryl Cloran. I'm here always again with JT, my co-host.
Featuring me and you. And you.
And me. And me. I'm twice in this. So,
yeah. Well, we got some of me coming up, so...
Yeah.
A couple of rounds.
2 in a row, I hear.
I'm pretty good.
I guess so.
Love that feature match.
So in this one, it's kind of awkward having to narrate my own game, but I guess it makes it a little bit easier. I can give a little bit more of an inside detail to my thought process on these, or at least what I think it was. So I win the roll. I'm actually piloting this deck for the second time in my entire life, which is Cawblade. I'm actually going to nickname this game the Million Misplay Match, because both of us make a ton of misplays. I think his are more apparent than my own, but I'll let you guys be the judge. So I start off turn 1 with a colonnade.
Misplay. Sorry, had to go there. And a tech edge into a squad hawk. And that's a FNM promo?
Yeah, it's an FNM promo. I believe that's actually yours, that one in particular.
It could have been mine at one point.
You know, I think I need to get you to sign one of them.
I might have to.
And I search out 2 more hawks. If you guys don't know, in my hand, I'm not sure if you got a really good view at it, but I am color screwed. At this point, I only have 1 blue and or white source, which is actually the colonnade on the board. The other card in my hand is a tech edge. And Daryl normally plays fast speed red decks, but he's very slow at cutting.
But he's not color screwed.
He is not color screwed in mono color, no. Only that happens to me when I playtest mono black.
It's true.
And I hit my second
there you
color,
go.
thankfully.
Island. It's a good draw. Good rip.
It's a very good rip. And Squad Hawk hits for 1.
Big 1 damage.
I am leading in this game for now.
It can turn around against red. It can always turn around.
Well, in this game, it takes a rough turn for me up here in the future.
This one's one of those back and forth ones.
If it wasn't for the misplays, I don't think I would have come out anywhere in front here, but we'll see. As Squad Hawk keeps doing his beats.
Mm-hmm. Another tech edge. It's rough.
Yeah.
They're even worse because they are blanks against the mono red deck.
He's not going to play anything resembling. And there's my Jace.
Jace the Mind Sculptor. I heard that card's good.
He is usually a very good play. Very, very solid play.
I've heard that.
Where did you hear that from?
I don't know. I've just, heard it around FNM. People have been talking about him.
That's good.
They said he's alright. He's worth a shot.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think in my decks lately I've been taking him out a bit, but he's definitely a solid addition.
I was thinking about trying to squeeze him in Boros.
Squeeze him in Boros?
I think he might be that good.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if you run those Scalding Tarns? No?
We're just going to put him in.
No, just going to put him in? Okay.
I already run the Tarns.
You already run the Tarns. That's right.
The islands are the issues.
You just had 2
and
islands.
And a Koth of the Hammer. That's
I just lose
pretty good.
Jace.
You lose Jace. That's pretty big.
It's big, but however, in this matchup, actually, I think losing a Jace is kind of... It works in my advantage because he's not hitting my life points.
I guess. I don't know. It was interesting that you brainstormed. I mean, I know you're color screwed, but against red, I almost always +2 the Jace.
Yeah. I would have to agree with that in hindsight. That was probably a decent idea. Honestly, I probably think in that situation I probably should have played the Squad Hawk and left counter mana open.
Mm-hmm.
As I flame my Squad Hawk at him.
Letting him resolve the Koth that's kind of a beating.
Against any control deck, Koth really just, he gives it.
If he sticks. But that's true for all cards, so.
Yeah, it's like resolving a Cruel Ultimatum, maybe.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
And I add that Squad Hawk to my hand as Daryl takes another hour to cut my deck. And put it back.
Well, those pro cuts.
Pro cuts. Feel like it should be a barber shop.
It could be. You never know. Is that where you got your cut?
That is, actually.
Okay.
Pro cuts.
Alright, let's see what he does with the Koth here. All joking aside. Just thinking about it.
Tapping
3 for a Volt Charge.
That's a new card out of NPH, Neil Patrick Harris.
It's good. It's good here.
I don't like it.
I wouldn't either, to be honest.
Proliferating seems bad in this situation.
Gets his Koth up. Let's see what he does here. It's going to use Koth to untap
At least I hope so.
Swing? No, does not swing. Volt charge anyway. Okay.
Sure, I think I might take that. It's not. Okay.
Untaps with the bird.
And
Plays.
another color source.
It's kind of fortunate that it had to come in tapped for you, but you're really, the ideal thing is an untapped land there. Play the Colonnade, bash Koth, and just get him out of there. The game could have gone very differently. Had that been an island or a plains.
Would have definitely made things a lot easier, but in this situation, I have to play the Jace again to protect my life points and keep him off ultimate.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Brainstorm again, but you do hit a sword there.
That is, I believe that is Sword of War and Peace. Also another NPH card, as I'm holding that Gitaxian Probe.
Okay. It's not awful. It's a pretty good draw there.
I'm pretty happy with it.
I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, if he has a bolt or any kind of burn, even if you +2 the Jace there, the Jace still gone on board. So at least you got value out of that one.
I need to be able to know what I'm drawing next to plan out
You
my
do
hand.
wanna brainstorm there. Definitely got some value. Well, you could.
This forces him to deal with a Jace in one of two ways: either waste a lightning bolt or volt charge, or animate and swing at him. Either way, it protects my life points at the moment.
Which is pretty crucial. Gives you time to get that War and Peace going.
The volt charge, however, is like the worst case scenario, I think, in this.
He volt charge, then goes ultimate.
Proliferate and goes ultimate, and I just lose.
But does he have it? That's the big question. That's 5 for a Molten Steel Dragon, paying 2 life for it. That is the new card out of New Phyrexia. It is 4 colorless Phyrexian red, with a Phyrexian red fire breathing. And he animates, beats Jace down.
And
things are not looking good right now.
No.
One Squad Hawk versus a Koth and a Molten Steel. I'd be surprised if you pulled this one out.
Well, here's where it comes into play, where I believe I make my first misplay.
We'll see.
Looking at things, going over the Day of Judgment if I want to get rid of it. And he makes a comment about Sword of War and Peace, so I feel obliged to flash it at his face. Daryl's tapped out, so I'm not afraid of any artifact destruction.
I think the play here is really just swing. Play the sword and swing. But we'll see. There's a Day of Judgment in there. Takes a look at the Molten Steel.
Fully already knowing what it is, but it always helps to get that second visual.
It does. Just make sure there's nothing you're missing. Especially with activated abilities that don't require mana.
Paying life points for extra damage is always good.
I love free spells.
Free spells, free abilities,
Free anything. It's not quite a cascade, but it's pretty close. Pretty close.
Speaking of cascade, it's
gonna...
let's keep Jund out of this.
For now. I heard it's a hero's deck.
A hero deck.
That's what I heard.
Oh, I like it.
That's what I heard. But we'll see. See what happens here.
What kind of hero? Like a Batman? Or?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't really know what it
hero.
means.
I don't know.
I don't know what it means at all.
We might have to ask somebody about that one. Maybe do a poll.
Maybe. I don't know. It seemed like a villain of Standard, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say so. It wouldn't really make anybody happy.
You know the turn's taking a long time. We're talking about Jund.
Yeah.
Pretty in-depth.
I overanalyze this, but I absolutely have to decide if I'm going to play that or get rid of the Molten Steel that turn.
I think you need to do that because if Koth goes ultimate, Molten Steel or no Molten Steel, then the game just ends not in your favor.
And the misplay here is I swing at the Koth.
As opposed to swinging at Daryl, gaining the life, and using the ability from the War and Peace to hit Koth for what looks like 4 damage?
It appears to be 4 or 3.
3 or 4 damage, either or. But the 3 or 4 life is
3 or 4
also
it still
a big game.
kills it because his Koth, I believe, is at 2 at the moment. No, it was
It
at
was
5.
at 5, so it wouldn't have got it, but here he decides to double his mana here, so he's
Minus 2.
5 mana floating.
So he has 10 in the pool, or he had a potential 10 to add to the pool. Well, it's kind of a curious decision.
I mean, to pump the Molten Steel would be one thing, but I don't think I do there. I think I tap out, untap a land, swing with the Molten Steel, swing with my land, and dump all the mana into my Molten Steel.
Because at this point, he can add 10 to the Molten Steel.
I mean, Condemn's kind of bad for you. For him, if you have the Condemn... Oh, Spell Pierce. He has 5 mana in the pool, decides not to pay it?
And just lets it go. At this point, even if he said anything, I'm not going to let him have it back.
And he...
Taps
one more, so 6 mana in the pool.
That's a potential 10-10 on the Molten Steel. And he wants to read Sword of War and Peace. To be fair, at this point in the match, I honestly didn't know all the keywords, the abilities. I knew the general consensus of what it did. I didn't know it actually dealt damage. I thought it was a loss of life.
Alright, well, we will see. See what he decides to do with his 6 mana.
There's 1 floating. That Molten Tail can be
Looks
huge.
like an Urabrask in his hand. You could play that. Give all his guys haste. The Urabrask would have haste as well, would it not?
It would have haste.
So we could swing for 9, 10 doing that. Or 10 with the Molten Steel.
That would assuredly force me to use my Day of Judgment next turn.
And he swings with the Molten Steel for 10. Okay.
That puts me down to, I believe, 11 life at this point.
And he decides to play Preordain. Looks at his hand, looks at the 2 he's scrying, and goes top. Playing a land, finally getting out of that color screw.
I'm telling you, man, it's a very, very dark place.
Now, the play here, I think, is swing first. Oh, it's almost always swing first. So swing. That
Also
is
a small misplay.
4 in hand. So 4 damage there. You're getting 4 life. So Daryl takes 7.
I could have potentially gained more life had I kept the land in hand after.
Yep. Agreed.
After.
And a Gideon Jorah. Going to assassinate the dragon?
Can he do it? 2 consecutive misplays.
And no, he's going to...
He does! 2 consecutive misplays.
No, he's going to +2 the Gideon. And the Molten Steel's going to attack him. Because even if Daryl had played the Urabrask there, taken out the Gideon...
That's a Tumble
still fine.
Magnet.
That is a Tumble Magnet. A Spell Pierce.
With 2 open and chooses
Daryl
not
elects to not pay the 2 mana. Maybe he has something else. Maybe he has Double Bolt. Paying all of his life to dome you. A Sphere of the Sun. It's interesting play.
Not as dynamic as Double Bolt.
Not as impressive.
Or paying 2 mana to keep the Tumble Magnet in play.
And Bashing Gideon.
No pay on the life. He keeps the Gideon alive.
I might pay the life there to get rid of the Gideon.
I think getting rid of
to
the
get
Gideon
one
is
swing.
probably
And
good.
a Probe.
Urabrask, an Everflowing Chalice, and another Molten Steel are all inside of his hand at this point. I win with this swing. No defenses, tapped out, nothing unexpected, and we can go on into game 2 with me up 1-0. I don't know. I have a lot of work on if I'm going to continue to play Cawblade.
It's true. I mean, no, honestly, I kind of forgot you had the Gideon a couple minutes ago, but it happens. I mean, I would have definitely assassinated that dragon, not even given him the option to swing.